Hi, my name is Sonali and you're watching Sonali the Endless River. This is a very new series that I'm starting on my channel, and it's basically a book review, a storytelling series, however you can say it, and I'm going to name it hashtag Sonali Reads. So I have another series which is called Sonali Speaks. Over there, I take in questions from you guys and answer them, two to three at a time. So this is a specific series only about books. So I'll just give you a backstory before we begin with the actual book review video and stuff like that. It all began from last year. It all began last year when I was able to accomplish a major goal, a major life goal, and I'm gonna share that story really soon. So yeah, I was able to accomplish that, and it gave me a really good boost. And I was so determined about achieving it, and I just did not keep any expectations, and I just went focused and ahead, and I did it. And then when 2019 came, I got that energy that a lot of people are not forming New Year resolutions, not forming any goals just because they feel that they won't be able to achieve it. And much like how I used to be, they'll fail at it or they'll forget it. It's just like that saying that resolutions are meant to be broken, like something like that. So they have this scary factor in them. So for 2019, I gave myself a big goal to read books. I am not a reader. The only book that I've read ever entirely is Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It. Here you can see, and I just love him so much that I broke my non-reading habit just to read that book. But then that was it. I read the book, took what I had to take, and forgot. I didn't read again. But then a lot of people have kept on telling me that you should read. And then suddenly, right around December, I kind of had a pinch that when so many people are telling me, when reading is encouraged by so many global readers, why am I not doing it? Why not give it a fair chance? So I thought that this year, I'm gonna read one book a week. Okay, so 3 things are gonna happen. And I have 3 reasons why I'm actually making this book review videos. I could have only read the book and not make any videos about it. But since I love making videos, why not? So 3 major reasons why I'm actually doing this. Number 1, to stay accountable. So to show the last goal that I had done in 2018, I have no actual footage of me trying to achieve it, or there's no there's no footage of the journey. I only have footage of the achieving moment, but I don't have footage of the journey. This is where I journalize this thing and show you guys each week that me being a non-reader, me being someone who doesn't read at all, if I can conquer something, if I can do something by sheer dedication, and so can you, right? So this is keeping myself accountable, that when I know that I have to make a video, it's kind of like pushing myself to do the work. I know I love making videos. I know I'm very protective about the brand and the image I'm trying to put forward. So if I fail, I'll be a hypocrite in my own eyes. So that I don't want to happen. So that's why I'm keeping myself accountable. That's number 1. Number 2 is to create a movement. By seeing me, you will also hopefully get inspired to do something that you're uncomfortable of but still want to do it. So maybe throughout this journey, you will also either start reading or do something that you've been trying to do or people have been telling you to do for your own benefit, and start that movement of improvement. And number 3, even if you don't read, don't like reading, or don't have the time, the books that I'm going to read are not just any books. They are going to be bestsellers, and not only bestsellers, they're going to be bestsellers in the category of self-help and business. Okay, so I don't want you to miss out on anything, any of the knowledge that I'm gathering. So in this book review series, all the books that I read, I'm going to give you my takeaways from the books. I'm going to give you what I learned from the book. I'm going to give you a very in-depth, knowledge base about the book, so that whatever I know, you know, so we both stand to gain. Alright, that was a pretty big intro, so it's not gonna happen from next time. Alright, so anyway, let's just go about with it. So the first book I am going to read is, okay, before I begin, let us just acknowledge the beautiful setup that I have. I'm so grateful. Okay, alright, this is a beautiful setup. I always wanted a setup like this, a sort of like a thing, but 2019 started off with a bang. Alright, so here, this is my sweet Alexa. This is the book. Recognize it? Here, The Alchemist. Alright, so The Alchemist, this book was staying with me. If you can see I don't know if you can see it, if you can see these pages, it's a pretty old book. I mean, not really old or something, it's just not been taken care of much. So I had bought this book, I think 2 years ago, having that inspired moment that I'll again start reading and I should read this book. And a friend of mine had reviewed this book, and I love her, and big shout out to her. So she had reviewed the book and I want to read it. I bought the book out of that fizzy moment, and I read 2 pages and voila, I forgot I even had the book. So somehow when I have made a decision that I'm gonna read, I was thinking of I'll order some books, but I have a couple of books. I knew I had a couple of books, so let me just start off by finding those books. So I started cleaning my cupboard and found this book, and I had forgotten completely about it. So I was like, why not start with the classic? The Alchemist is a classic. It's written over here that they have sold 65 million copies. That is absurd. Absurd. Okay, it has been written in the 90s, and this is something that I don't really know any person who reads and hasn't read The Alchemist, right? So Oprah Winfrey had read it, a lot of celebrities have read it. So this is something that I was inspired by. Those people were something I was inspired by, that so many famous people are reading it. Why not I read it? So the type of book it is a fiction book. It has a storyline about it, and whether I love stories, and but I'm not really I found out about myself that I'm not really a good I don't like reading stories. I don't like reading stories. I like watching them, so I don't like reading them. But the best part about this book was, throughout the story there were hidden jewels inside the story. So if you read a fictional book, a non-fictional book, you'll have everything to the point. But throughout the story, you'll have to really read it thoroughly to understand what he's trying to teach us. So that is something which kept me hooked on. And I completed this book in 3 days. In 3 days. I literally pulled an all-nighter till 3 a.m. the last 3rd day. And I had to complete it. I had to show myself and that I can do it. And the story hooked me so on that I just had to complete it, right? So, just to give you an overview of the book, it is about a shepherd. Who gets a dream about a small little girl who tells that shepherd that who points towards the pyramids of Egypt, and he gets that dream twice. Okay, and probably she tells him something about you should go there or something like that. Gives him a signal of that sort. And so the first time he ignores the dream. The second time when he gets the dream, he acknowledges it, and he goes to what was that? He goes to a person. It's a tarot card reader or something. I forgot. It's to a lady. Yeah, so he goes to an old woman who could, I guess, tell him the future and interpret dreams. And she told him that you should go to the pyramid and there's a treasure there. You should go and find the treasure. So that is where the actual story starts, as this is basically his treasure hunt. Okay, so after he goes and meets the lady, he was not very sure about whether he should go and really search for that treasure or not. But he does, and throughout that journey of him going and finding that treasure, he meets a lot of people. He falls in love. He understands the difference between love and ownership, something that each one of us don't know and should know. And the central theme of the story being we should always follow our destiny. Each one of us has a certain destiny for which God has sent us to earth, and it is our duty to follow our destiny and to chase that dream for which we are here. Okay, so I think you should really read it once, and yeah, it got me so hooked on and so inspired, and there were certain lessons in this book which were so invaluable. Only reading the quotes or only reading the lessons might not make sense to you, but you have to know the reference through which the lessons and the quotes were taken from. So for that the story is really vital. Yeah. So so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna share some quotes from the movie which I love, maybe 5 quotes, and let's go about that. So, as I said, that the book is based upon realizing your own dreams, paths, and following them. So basically, a personal calling. I've written down some notes which I want to share with you regarding The Alchemist. So, we all need to be aware of our personal calling, which is the path God chose for us on earth. We don't have the courage because, so there are 3 reasons why nobody or most of us do not go and chase our dreams. 3 reasons, pay attention. Number 1, childhood or society. Everything we want to do is impossible. That is something that we have been taught from our childhood, that things are hard, you can't do this, you have to do this, you have to live like that. So society tells us certain things from childhood which is embedded in our head. Due to those values, those fake so-called principles, we don't have the courage to follow our dreams. Number 2, love. We fail to realize that those who genuinely love us will want us to be happy. They will act as a catalyst to our journey and accompany us. So there has been multiple times when I myself faced this situation, and a lot of people I know face the same situation, that they had to choose between love and career, love and growth, so love and studies when we're in school. So here in the book, I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that love is not something that holds you back. Love is something which is a catalyst. A catalyst is something which speeds up your process. Okay, so love will encourage you, and those people who actually love you will not hold you back. They will encourage you and they will be a partner in your journey of growth. I hope that makes sense. 3 is fear of failure. Okay, so the secret of life is to fall 7 times and get up 8 times. This is the quote I love. We all hate failure, and who wants to fail, right? But like he said, the secret is to fall 7 times and get up the 8 times. And alright, sorry, there are 4 things. So last, fear of realizing the dream. Alright, so this is very important. This is the most, he mentions, Paulo Coelho mentions that this is the most important one, which is that when we chase our dreams and when we are just near about, maybe this is the dream and we are almost here, just one step away to touch the dream, to accomplish the dream, to do that, what we do is we fail at this moment, and by failing we do something stupid, something silly that makes the entire journey fall back. And why we do it, there's a reason for it. We do it because most people around us are not chasing their own dreams. Most people around us have given up. So when we see these other people, we feel like we don't deserve our dreams as well. So we feel guilty. We feel that we are getting something we don't deserve. But we don't remember and recollect the journey, the struggle journey that was put through to get here in the first place. So never forget that. Your surroundings may be of losers and people you can't chuck away right now. Just because they don't want to follow their dreams doesn't mean you can't or you won't or you shouldn't either. Once again, I'm really sorry about the background noise. I have been experimenting with different times of the day, shooting different times of the day. And just because I do not have audio equipment right now, the entire thing is being recorded on my phone, and the phone's audio is being used, so it's not that great, it's not direct. So I can't find any time of the day where there is no birds and dogs and people and cars not making a noise. It's only at midnight, and it's a bedroom that I'm shooting, so I can't really access the bedroom at midnight for shooting purposes. So please bear with me, I'll get the audio equipment really soon. Alright, so moving on. Okay, this is the quote which is beautiful. I just wanted to share it so bad. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. Our dreams are the language of God. This is so beautiful. Okay, so most of the people live life without a purpose, but it's not only about achieving that dream or reaching that wow moment. It's that feeling that I can do it. It's the process, the journey. So beautifully put. Let me just read it again. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. Okay, there's something called the world's greatest lie. Okay, so I'm just gonna read out that to you. World's greatest lie. At a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. So here in the book it said that this is the world's greatest lie, that in a certain point in our lives we believe that we have no control about anything and anything that's happening in our life, and it's all fate, it's all luck, it's all God, it's all what's written here. That's not true completely. You always have control, you always have a choice. You just have to have the perspective to see it and the courage to face it. The biggest lesson, the entire theme of the book is based on this particular quote. When you want something, all of the universe conspires to help you achieve it. Beautiful. So beautiful. And let me just tell you that it's so true. Before reading this book, I knew this quote, and I knew this theory that when you want something really bad, you see that you'll be getting positive signs. You see that things will suddenly start moving according to that vision of yours, that goal of yours. So I'll just tell you a small little incident. I was having problems in finding a specific place for me to shoot. Okay, and I wanted it to be at my place because I just can't travel every day or much often to go and to another place or an office area to shoot. So I wanted it to be my place. And more than that, I also wanted to have a table, a setup, a beautiful thing where I can showcase a little bit of me, add my own touch to it. And it so happened that this is my bedroom. So out in the living room, we had like 2 TVs, and one of them was not working. It was a big home screen, and the other was a small flat screen. So the home screen was not working, a home theater was not working, and now suddenly this small TV also got ruined somehow, because of some technical glitches. So we called in the guy who fixed it, and we asked him to have a look at both the TVs. So he said that the big one will cost, the repairing cost will be 25k, and the small one will cost 15k. And we laughed at him. We were like, we'll get a new TV. So that's what we actually did. We didn't get any value for the old TVs because those are scrap right now, but we got a new TV. So what happened was, the small TV was rested here and the big one was on top of that. So we changed the entire setup. We got rid of this table which was outside, and we got a wall mount glass thing, and the home theater, which was one TV, now we don't have two. So the home theater is wall mounted, and we just needed that one place for the set-top box. So now this table was vacant, and we were thinking of where to shift this table, and my mom said that she'll take this table to her own room and keep it at the corner and just dump stuff. So then I just saw this particular space in my room This is one cupboard, this is another cupboard, and I just thought, how will this table look here? And I told her that why not put the table here, whatever you want to dump, use this other, we have like two more compartments, use that, give this for me so I can build a workstation here. And so it happened. Now this laptop, you'll be laughing, this laptop, it doesn't work without a charger. It's a pretty old laptop. It doesn't work without a charger, so I always have to keep the plug on. So the charger is of the exact length from here to the charging point which is there. The exact length, not length more, not less, okay? It's exact length. Along the similar time, I got the Alexa, which is last year, 2018. I got her. Suddenly I want to read books, so I got into have reading books. This is my sweet little elephant here, always keeping me motivated. So I have this small setup which is my own, okay? And this is something which I got a gift from a friend. So this is the panel for a green screen. I always wanted to make my videos look a little bit professional. So I was having a word with my family a few months earlier that I want a green screen, but they said that you can just, we might not have a space for that, so you may just try to change the background in use some sort of a blanket or something like that. So I forgot about that, but then suddenly he gave me he sent me this as a surprise gift, and it's the panel, the setup for the green screen. I just don't have the space right now, but hopefully that'll be coming really soon as well. So I just put out the intention and I stuck to the intention, and it's not that I imagined and thought about it and just rested. I worked every day. When I didn't have this table, I was working in the bed, I was lazing around, I was sleeping, but then I was still putting myself up, and I was thinking that I wish I had a table. I wish I had a table. And when there was the chance to get a table, the table was here in my home. I didn't just think of it. Situations so happened that it just came to me, right? So when you want something really bad, this is a very small example, but very vital example. When you want something really, really bad, you put it out there and you keep doing the hard work, you keep doing the hustle, it happens. The universe helps you and it happens. So you can call it miracles, you can call it science. I don't really want to go into the complications of it, but it happens, right? Whew. So a long video, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this. I really want some feedback on how you like this series, and if there's anything I can do to explain the book more. Do you want me to go more into the contents of the book, or do you want me to, I don't know how you want, give me some feedback about it, because it's the first time I'm doing it and I'm not really very good at reading. I fumble a lot and I mispronounce the words, and if there's a date called 1947, I'll read it 1974. It just happens so funny. So yeah. So the next book, I am ready with the next book. I'm reading the next book. I won't tell you what the next book is. But yeah, if you want to find out what I'm reading, go on my Instagram. I'm gonna share stories about that book. Follow me there, and turn the notifications on for my Instagram. And I'm getting my game up on Instagram. We'll be sharing a lot of stuff on Instagram, and I am going live. I'm doing a practice. Another New Year goal is to go live every week. So we've decided, me and the community, me and you guys have decided to go live every Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. If it changes, I'll let you know in the stories. So a lot of information there. So yeah, let me know what you liked about this video, and see ya next Saturday. I think I'll do this Saturday. So yeah, don't forget Sonali Speaks, #Sonali Speaks. That's the name of the show, this book review show. And yeah, if you have any book recommendations, put it down in the comments below. Also, a little sales pitch. My birthday is coming up, so I've thought of taking books from people. So not me. But yeah, if you want to send me a book, I'm up for it. Just don't send me something. I'll tell you my genre or my niche It's self-help and business. Don't send me anything a little off. I don't want to read random stories or love stories as such. So yeah. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Please hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you're watching it there. If you're watching on Facebook, like, share and comment, and give me a follow. Read my blog post. If you're not reading my blog post, I don't know what you're doing. Go on Google, search Sonali the Endless River. You'll get everything. Alright, so I'll see you really soon. Cheers.